Hey everyone, it's Jerry at the Fledge. Welcome to another episode of Every Damn Day. Today on the show, we have our good friend Michael Yousif coming from us from Los Angeles. So
Just
how you
moved
doing
here.
today?
Doing pretty good.
How
about
long
you?
have you been there? I'm doing great.
I've
How
been
long-
here for probably I want to say it's almost 2 months. I think I made the drive here
You
September
what?
8th. It's been almost 2 months.
Hey, I lost your sound. Oh, there we go. We're
Can
back.
you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I left on September 8th. I started the drive here, and then so it's almost been 2 months. Yeah, I've been loving it ever since. I don't know if I'll go back to Michigan anytime soon, at least. Yeah.
Well, you'll come back to visit, right?
Oh yeah, I get for my school that I'm going to, I get we have four terms. So at the end of every term, we get 2 weeks off. So I'll be there for most of them. So Christmas, I'll be back, and then summer, spring.
Let's actually step back a little bit. Before we get too far into that, why don't you tell us a little bit about you? Like, who is Michael?
So
where was Michael
all right,
born?
so
Stuff like that.
I was a freshman at MSU. This would be my senior year at Michigan State, and I was going in at mechanical engineering, and I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to do engineering. So it's kind of funny that I found my way to I call it sound engineering, I guess, audio engineering now, because I'm really just making sounds and building something, you know what I mean? So I still have that engineering aspect of things. But yeah, so my sophomore year, I started mixing music, and I just fell in love with it and wanted to start making it. And then while I started spending more time towards energy, I started to spend less time in school. I was still keeping up and with everything, but my junior year, I just hit a point that I kind of had to make a decision where I wanted to spend all my energy. And so COVID hit, and I had a lot of time on my computer, and so I chose music. And so I basically this summer applied to the school that I've always dreamed about going to, and then kind of decided that I was going to drop out or put it on pause at least, and then got into the school, and now I'm out here going to school for
So just a little bit more. You're from Haslett, right?
Yeah.
Went to Haslett High School.
Yeah, I went to Lansing Catholic. Went to private schools all the way up. So yeah, I went to St. Thomas, and then I went to Lansing Catholic for a semester until I realized that I hated it. And then I moved to public schools, which I enjoyed a lot more. I could be more myself, I felt like. So yeah, I went to Haslett High School, and then graduated and went to MSU.
So you were doing, so what type of music do you do? Tell us about that.
So yeah, I make dubstep. So that's I guess the heavy metal of rock and rock and roll, I guess. So it's more of aggressive sounds, we're trying to be as loud as possible kind of thing. And yeah, just the really cool thing about dubstep is just the sound design. You can just be so unique, and you get so crazy with it. That's what really got me into it, was just hearing these crazy sounds and just not knowing how the hell those got made. You know what I mean? I was just in disbelief that this was even a thing, so it kind of grabbed me, and that's just really what did it for me. Was just the crazy sound design. So now that I'm actually able to have enough knowledge and make my own sounds and stuff, it's just really cool to see what I'm making and stuff. And I'm finally really excited to get my music out there. I've been holding on to it for a while, and now I'm ready. I think it's ready.
So dubstep is a subset of EDM, right?
Yeah, so it's a subset, but it's it's a whole kind of thing. I mean, it's electronic because it's but it's not really what you would think of. I guess it's a whole kind of new dubstep too, because it's not really that whole Skrillex kind of thing where you have a bunch of crazy sounds. It's just a whole new kind of thing, and it's crazy to see where people have taken dubstep. It's I'm just really excited for where it's going, and I really like the directions it's heading in. But yeah, it's a subset of EDM. Yeah.
You're way ahead of my viewers here, because some of them right now are saying, what is EDM?
Yeah. I guess it's electronic dance music. I guess it's geared to make you really really and stuff like that. So I guess with dubstep, it makes you dubstep kind of forces you to get on those down beats and kind of really get like the energy out and like down. Whereas like in other electronic dance music where it's like 128 BPM, like where your heart is like, it's going a little faster. Like you're like really, that's where you like really start to like dance, I guess, instead of like headbang, which is like what dubstep makes you do. But there's a lot of cool stuff that dubstep can make you do. But like that's the intention is like the biggest like dubstep person right now is probably Excision, and his whole like highlights of his concerts are just people on the rail just like trying to break it pretty much. So that's like the whole thing behind dubstep is like rail breaking.
Ah.
Yeah.
So speaking of rail breaking, Raven Norris, my daughter, is on the she put a I don't know, a light bulb and a Batman and something else on that headphones and a black heart or something. So that's her message to you.
Well, I appreciate that.
She was trying to break a rail once, and she broke her nose. Right?
Oh yeah, I was there for that. That was pretty crazy. Yeah, it was like the last set of the night. We were in Baltimore, and she just decided to break her nose on the rail. She was going a little too hard, and yeah, she ended up with a bloody nose. And like usually, and so she had to go over the rail actually and get cared for. And like usually, you can't go back, but they were able to like actually let her come back to the front row. It was kind of cool. Yeah, we usually go pretty hard when we go to festivals, so we usually always try to get the front row, and that's kind of when I realized, okay, I have all this energy for music. I need to put this somewhere instead of on the rail. So, yeah.
So these EDM shows, you see them, you see the big festivals. What are some of the festivals that people would have heard of?
So my like favorite festival is Electric Forest because that's like kind of home for me because it's in Michigan and Rothbury. That was like a really opening, like mind-opening experience for me. Like. And like, I don't know, because I guess like a lot of the music is like, I guess like the concerts and the festivals, like bringing people together. That's like the biggest part about it. And like so many people just like to come out because it's such good vibes and stuff, you know, like, yeah. And so like, I guess like other big festivals, I guess like the one that I really want to play at, obviously Electric Forest. Tomorrowland is like the biggest one in the world, I think. I can't remember where that is, but and then I guess the big ones in the US are like the EDCs, Ultras. Coachella is a big one, but so yeah, those are the big ones that I'm trying to play in the future.
And these things have massive crowds, right?
Yeah, so like I think Tomorrowland gets like at least 200,000 people at least, and like usually the festivals here are reeling around like 80,000, 100,000, you know. So they're not messing around. A lot of the big artists, like, you know, that's just like we're bringing all these groups together with our same taste in music, you know. So it's pretty cool because like you'll have EDM so diverse. So it's like you can even have like there's Lost Lands, and that's like dubstep, the dubstep festival. That's going to be like a big thing I think in the future. But so like there's just so many different kind of categories of dubstep. So like even with dubstep, there's a festival for it, you know what I mean? So it's like alone, it's like just branching off so much that like I don't know, it's just going to become such a big thing, I think. Yeah. So
you've got what's the most, well, first of all, where's the first place you ever played?
The Fledge.
I had to put that little plug in.
Yeah, so that was my first dubstep concert, I guess. But before that, I did like tailgates and stuff like that where I wasn't able to play the music that I wanted to play. So the Fledge was the first option, and we actually got a pretty big crowd there, I feel like, for the first few shows.
I think you shook us off the foundation a little bit. We'll
have
to
do pretty cool
repairs for years.
Yeah.
But yeah, you brought a massive crowd, and then the next day we had a bunch of professors and post-grad students and all.
That's really cool. You guys were able to just do that many different things, you know.
It was a lot of fun to have all the undergrads and then the grads and the professors and all that. What's the biggest crowd you've ever played for?
So I mean, like the tailgates, they just get so big. So I mean, I wouldn't really consider that like a concert because like it's just like everyone's already gonna be there, and I'm just playing it. But it's like obviously I don't know, but like a lot of my friends come to see me, so it's like the same. So it's I don't know. So I guess tailgates would be like the biggest like crowd I've played in front of. And like for a concert, I guess like my biggest show would probably be like for dubstep where I actually got to play what I wanted and where I'm like the artist. That's like Prime Festival. That one right there, that's a picture from it. That was like the highlight. It was my first festival, and like my whole dream was I always wanted to play a festival, and so like I finally got to play it. And now that just got me so like motivated to keep pushing. And then I guess another big show was I did like the ski club ski trip last year. So we played at in Telluride. We had we had like a big concert, and that was a pretty big crowd, and that was really fun because I got to do a dubstep set and a house set. So I got to have like the best of both worlds with that one. That was a pretty big crowd, I thought.
So tell us something about the business of Mwhy.
Yeah, so right now, I guess like in times like this, like it kind of made me realize, okay, if I was just doing dubstep and making money off of shows, then what would I be doing right now to make money? So especially with me not releasing and stuff. So I started making beats, and that's just where I thought a really good way to make money is. And I've actually been able to like express myself. Like I can like use a lot more melodies and stuff in that. I feel like more comfortable doing it and getting melodies out because that's what drives the whole beat. And so I've basically just been building a bunch of beats and like kind of like getting them ready and like perfect before like I can start like reaching out to artists and trying to work with them on like albums and stuff and get some money for beats, you know. But that's like kind of where my head's at, and money for like making money during this time is like really just making music, and beats are like because I'm not the artist and I can sell it to an artist, you know. So it's not like.
Well, can I show them the beat you made for me?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Is this dubstep?
No, this is just a rappy, I guess. I guess like this is like a themed beat towards the show.
But if anybody's ever seen 99 Problems But a Pitch Ain't One, and if you've ever seen our intro, this is done by Michael, Mwhy, and I'm gonna play this, but then we're gonna come back to the business of Mwhy. All right, so let's go.
I got I got 99 problems.
Yeah, I like the unedited version a little bit more.
You do? You like the dirty version?
Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah, I did too, but I was afraid, you know,
Yeah,
it didn't quite go and all that. So, but I love that thing. It pumps me up. I say that all the time.
It fits the theme very well, I thought. So
yeah, it was perfect. I mean, you nailed it. Outside of having to edit the bitch part out,
yeah,
you nailed it. I mean, from the first try. And it went so good with the video because we gave you the video.
Like perfect timing, yeah.
And we kept getting like blocked every time we used the Jay-Z version.
And now it doesn't.
It would mute it out. So now it's perfect. Nice. So you solved a big problem for us there.
Sweet.
And so you've got beats. I think I don't know, Rain's working on a song.
Yeah,
on top of one of your beats.
So yeah, I've got reached out to, and like I guess I'm collaborating with a lot of artists and stuff. But basically, like this one project that I'm working on right now, this kid messaged me, like emailed me. I don't know if he found my beats because of YouTube or something like that. I just started a YouTube channel just to like post a couple of free beats on, you know. And I think this kid found me through it. And he emailed me, and he had a song called like "Dicks Out for Harambe." They got like 8 million streams on Spotify. And so so this is gonna bring me to another thing about like business is there's the whole new thing in the music industry is TikTok, because I guess like if someone views a song on TikTok, it gets reeled in and like you can get money for that. So this kid reached out and he wanted to do a song with me. He had like a kind of viral song. It was kind of a parody song, you know? So I made a beat basically kind of like dedicated that we're hopefully going to make it go viral on TikTok. So like things like that though, are like things that like, okay, if that does go viral on TikTok, you're going to be kind of set for a while, you know, because like if it goes viral on TikTok, everyone like viewing it, you know what I mean? Even if someone reposts it, it's a view. So, and that just all adds up. So it's like things like that where like you can try to get creative and make like beats make beats for TikTok, I guess, and like try to do something funny that people are gonna like want to do something cool, do and make videos with. So I'm kind of keep my head in that area to keep business up, I guess.
So I got to get my TikTok game up too. Huh?
Yeah, that is a really big influence right now in music, and like a lot of the songs that are going viral on TikTok are like the ones in the billboards that are in top, because they all add up to each other, you know. So TikTok is the game right now for money, at least.
You've got shows, you've got beats, you've got your merchandise on.
Yeah,
right?
so yeah, I'm basically, this is my first merch drop that I did with my friend Bella designed it. So like we did like 20 of these like to begin with when I first started producing, and then I did another one around the time that I played Prime about a year ago. Or maybe that was it was about a year ago. And so I did a merch design around that, and then now like that I'm doing my releasing like I guess it's like a 3-track like release. I'm thinking about eventually doing something this winter, a whole new release, a whole new like merch release. But yeah, so I don't really know what I want to do for that one. I want to get pretty creative with it. I want to do something really different that no one's ever seen before. So I'm really trying to think outside the box on this one. And then I also have my friend that actually moved out to LA to start this company called Peaceware. And so they're basically doing trying to be like very eco-friendly. So like you basically buy one sweatshirt or one piece, and then like you can interchange. You can zip off a little piece right here and like interchange it. And so it has two sides, and you basically just buy those like pieces that you flip in there. And so that's just my friend Max. I met him at Michigan State. Yeah, he just moved out here for like
his name's Max.
Yeah, I'll have to introduce you to him. He'd actually love to come on here.
Did he have a partner?
Yeah, he does. Tamosha, I think.
Tamosha, yeah. I know Tamosha. I know that.
So yeah, we're actually planning on doing a collab once they're like a little more like got their production line rolling a little more and stuff. But yeah, I saw the final product. He was over on Halloween, and it looks really, really professional and clean.
Tamosha, I love Tamosha's idea. Him and I have known each other for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now. He's been working on that idea.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Help me get them on the show.
Yeah, of course. I'll talk to Max. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then another big thing before we go on to the next subject, but another big thing is you've got albums that drop, right?
Yeah. So basically I've held on to everything I've made since like January, because I've kind of been like wanting to master it myself and like make sure that I'm ready to like once I start releasing to continue to release, because I want to be like fluent and like not really leave people hanging. So like I used to, because I would like really make something and release it. So now it's like I'm really trying to like have schedules, and like so I basically want to do like this first like 3-track release. It's going to be like an EP called Vibe Step. So that's where I really try to like combine melodies and dubstep, like because I never really like heard too much stuff with melodies and dubstep before. So I try to like combine them and like do it separate though. Like, you know, there's always like that. I don't know. So people have to listen in here, but so that one's really exciting. And then after that, I want to do like an EP. So I want to do like an EP every like 3 months, and then an album like once a year. And then I want to do singles. Like I just basically want to like start getting, because I'm at the point that I'm at the school, I'm just releasing, or I'm creating so much music that it's like I'm overflowing right now. So I'm like really excited to get this stuff out here, so that, and once I'm on a schedule, it'll just force me to really get these tracks done and stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of music is going to be released soon. I'm really excited about it.
What do you think to make a living at this, you're gonna have to have some business behind it too, though, right? You're gonna have to.
So,
what do you think your biggest challenge is gonna be with that?
I guess just like I don't really know. I guess just like staying staying creative, I guess, is like the biggest thing, because like if you're creative and you're on top of the game, like there really should be nothing like holding you back. You know what I mean? Like. It's like me just like staying creative and stuff. I've already like come into contact with people that are already going to like start helping me get shows and stuff like that, and already helping. I have this one kid that's like starting to already help develop me and stuff like that. So I guess like like remaining an artist, I guess, and trying to have other people join my team and help me, I guess, like, and you know, because in the long run, like I'll obviously get them back if they help me now. So it's like my biggest challenge is like finding the right people for and like I guess choosing who could like be the right people that can help me the best, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So stuff like that.
So you'll get a manager and all these other things?
I'm sure I'm gonna get managed pretty soon. So that's like what's really gonna, because I don't really, and like then a booking agent and stuff like that, because I really don't have my, like, you know, people have been doing this stuff for like people's jobs are dedicated towards like helping artists out and stuff like that in those areas. So it leaves me room to just be an artist, you know?
Yeah. So what's something you do every damn day that pushes Mwhy forward, that pushes your mission forward?
Okay, so every day, every day I'm usually like, okay, so every day I'm in the studio guaranteed, but I've been pushing myself lately to get in the studio by 9 a.m. every morning. So I wake up at 8, have some breakfast, and then go straight to the studios at Icon by 9 a.m. And if you're not there, so I basically book them the day ahead so that I force myself like, hey, you have to go to the studio tomorrow. And if you miss it, you get like a whole month. So if you miss it by 15 minutes, you miss a whole month of being able to book studio. So I just like have forced myself to get in there every day. And I'm always like trying something new. I'm always experimenting. So like every day, like there's not a day that I don't start a new track. You know, I'm always doing something, whether it's a beat or like a dubstep track, you know, because sometimes you can be on fire and then you can make like 3 tracks in a day. You know, you can get lucky like that. Just whatever like the flow is, I guess. And like, so yeah, every damn day I'm in the studio.
Do you think dubstep will be around for 50 years?
Yeah, so I think dubstep's going to break up into different genres, and then it's going to get called different things. So like we already have like rhythm and like, I don't know, like there's experimental bass, like there's melodic dubstep. Like it's just, it already has broken up into so many different categories that like we already have a festival for dubstep. I think that eventually it's going to be different kinds of festivals for different kinds of dubstep, and it's just going to break up. And like just EDM is just like so, it's just so different, and like you can get so unique with it, and like the sounds you hear are just like sounds that like, yeah, because like we've already like hit a point to where like we're kind of repeating melodies that have been written before. So it's like the only thing we can do now is just like do different things on those notes that we're already hitting. You know what I mean? The only way you can really get creative with that is with sound design. So it's like, it's really cool because everyone's just like, if you hear someone make something crazy, like shit, I got to make something dope too. Like, damn, like, you know, you just like, you're always constantly being like challenged with like what's being created because there's just so much crazy stuff you can do. And like someone could just like accidentally slip and like hit the wrong button, but it makes a crazy sound. And then like, that's what changes dubstep for the next 10 years. You know what I mean? So just cool stuff like that.
I've got this, this great fan, Sean, who does the, That Lady Miss Betty, YouTube channel. And she said it's great that you've got support around you, you know, for helping you with your creations. Yeah,
I really I guess like I just really focused on like building a community in East Lansing before I left. So like I don't know, I was always just focused on like really like trying to bring people together. Like that's just kind of feel like one of my purposes is. And so I just felt like I did a really good job of that, especially with like music. It was a very easy way to bring people together because like no one's arguing really when people are listening to music, you know? So I just like really built like true relationships with a lot of people. And like, you know, I like, even though I'm out here and I moved to LA, I'm still keeping in touch with like everyone that I know. I'm always talking to someone. So just like, I really did think like I don't know, I'm there for them and they're there for me to support anything that I do. And so I really do think that's like something that really is helping me come this far, you know?
Yeah. Yesterday on the show, we had a guy, Deshaun Whipple, who runs the Urban Embodiment, and he's about to do a small business expo at the Fledge on Saturday. And he talked about cultivating relationships every day. Like no matter what your business is and no matter where we are in time, it's about relationships.
And it's crazy too, because like I've already built like 3 pretty good relationships with kids from my school from literally like this kid running out of studio before me. And like, you know, I just like, he said like I was the one kid that actually knocked on the door and asked like what he was, because we were switching off studios. Like it was my turn to go in. So I like knocked on the door and I was like, yo, what are you listening to? He's like, dude, you're the first kid that's ever asked me that. People are usually mad. They want their studio time, blah, blah, blah. I like, you know, and then after that, you know, I've hung out with them. I've already collabed with them, met 3 other producers through that. So it's just like small things like that where like you can just like expand and connect with more people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Kindness and compassion is going to get you further than being a dick.
Exactly.
So Deshaun, since he was on the show yesterday, he gets to ask you a question.
Yeah.
And his question was, teach him how, it's not quite a question, but how could you teach him how to dubstep? And
all right, so the big thing about dubstep is like the kick and the snare, or the kick and clap. Like that's where the power really comes from. So I guess like every time you hear that downbeat, like that's where you move forward, and then on the off, where you hear like the hi-hat, you go back, and then when you hear that kick and the clap or the snare, you go back forward. So it's just like kick and clap. So that's basically like the idea. But then like I don't know, but it can get pretty crazy. I've seen people do some crazy stuff to dubstep.
I'll just tell him he's too old.
He'll just have to go to a concert and experience it.
So
and just let the dubstep take him.
So are there old people like me? I'm 54. I'm not really old, but do people like me go to dubstep?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's obviously more geared towards young people, but I mean, I've seen old people at concerts. You know, EDM, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, everyone, we like, the whole idea about EDM is we accept everyone. So it's like, it's really just, if you like the music, like, you're more than welcome to like come to anything. You know what I mean? So no one's ever judging. We're always like, we just like seeing new people. Like, that's just like the biggest thing. So it's like, we're always happy to see, we're just happy to see anyone. I mean, I don't know, like, we're just happy to be alive. So like, we don't really care like how old you are, you know. It's but yeah, I would say like there is like a decent amount of people that are just like older, you know, that are there.
Do you think the COVID has helped you or hurt you?
Oh my gosh, yes. I think it literally has done me like, it's literally probably the best thing that's ever happened to me, like, low key, because it's given me that time when like everything shut down. I mean, I was already kind of in quarantine mode, but it gave me a reason that like, it made me like stop doing shows and stuff and like really just sit inside and like get on my laptop. So during those COVID times where I was in quarantine, I was really putting in like my 100% effort and like literally like not sleeping. Like, I was teaching 2 other kids how to make dubstep too, and they're making really good stuff right now too. So it's just like during those times, I don't know, it was just like I really could get to it really just helped me focus on myself and what I really wanted to do in my life, and got me on the track that I think that I was meant to be on. So, and it's especially now, like, you know, like a thing that a lot of people are saying is that, you know, no one's on a pedestal right now. There's no big shows happening. So it's like everyone's kind of equal right now in the production aspect. So it's just like, this is a time that like you're either going to rise or you're going to fall. So I'm really like trying to take advantage of this time and like work every day as hard as I can, try to push the limits, you know. So
how pissed off is your dad?
Oh, he's very upset. So yeah, my dad's a doctor, for those of you who don't know, and he was very strict my whole life about school and like that I wanted it, and that he wanted me to be a doctor too. But I didn't feel like that fit me, so I was going into engineering because I liked building stuff. And then yeah, I ended up just choosing music. I mean, he was pretty upset at first because it just wasn't a thing that his son wasn't going to graduate from college. You know what I mean? It was such a disbelief for him. But then, like, I don't know, I just had to really just speak from my heart and just tell him, like, this is literally what I want to do. This is what I think I'm meant to do. Like, I want to do this. You know what I mean? So, like, after, like, a little bit, and, like, my whole family understood, really. And so, like, I think them understanding kind of helped him understand. I mean, my parents, like, I don't know, I get, like, for my concert at Prime, like, of course, the first people I had backstage were my parents. So I think them seeing that, too, and, like, seeing that I'm really doing something and, like, I'm trying to take this thing to the next level, and like, here's what I'm doing right now. Here's what I want to do. You know what I mean? So I think that really like helped them see my vision, I guess, a little bit.
So I've met your dad a few times, and I kind of know, you know, where he was coming from. And I think, you know, COVID was really a good thing for that too, because it gave a mindset that was a little bit different than what we've ever been in before. Yeah. And I was really proud of you when you kind of took that step too. I heard you kind of a little bit.
It was really hard decision, but like, I went to the open house before I even like made the decision to apply. I was planning on applying the next year, and I went to the open house like online, and they were just like, why not? Like, if you're considering this already, it's like, why not just do it? And I was like, dude, why not? I literally would hate my life if I'm at Michigan State for another year. I'm gonna waste this much more of my parents' money, like, who are thankfully supporting me for college. So I'm going to waste this money that's going towards college when I could put it towards an education that I would actually want to get and like be able to work with that I would actually want. So thankfully my dad was generous enough to support my music school. But after I'm done with music school, he's like, you got a year, Mike. So I got a year. So that's why I'm really working hard. So I want to make him proud. And I want to be able to support myself, and I want to be able to do nice things for them too, you know? So.
Yeah, I think it's great that he supported you, that all of that turned out, and I think it's great that you get this opportunity as well.
Yeah, I thank them every day about it. You know, it's really crazy that I'm able to be out here, and then thankfully I'm living with my friend one of my friends who happens to be one of my school, and then the other one who's a pretty big YouTuber. So they've been here with me, and it's been really nice being out here, and like they've been helping me a lot too. So just a whole support system. That's really nice.
All right. So tomorrow on my show is a guy named Alex. He's the CEO of a company called Levelify, which is an app that basically tracks your steps and then rewards you in kind of like points or a crypto, if you will. And you can buy stuff with it. What question would you like to ask him? Like, does Sean ask you a question?
I guess I'd say like, where are all those Bitcoins coming from? You know, like, I don't know. I guess, yeah. I guess I'd be really interested in finding out where they're coming from. You know what I mean?
So
Like
how the crypto gets generated?
Yeah, and like where that's all coming from. I guess that's where I'm curious about.
All right. I'm also going to ask him. We talked maybe asking him about what's the best show or performance.
Yeah. Also, like a music question for him would be like, where's the best where's the best performance you saw, and like why was that the best? Like, what kind of music was it, and why was that the best like environment you've been in? Next, I'm always kind of curious, like what makes people enjoy concerts the most, and like why they do. You know, I know why I do, so I think it's important to know why other people do.
I think you know what I'd really like to put out there, if you don't mind me saying, is that you know you've had some privilege in your life, and you'll never deny that. You're lucky.
Of course.
And I find you, you know, again, you're in a lucky spot, but you've this one's out of your comfort zone. A lot of times privilege.
It doesn't matter who you are in music. It literally doesn't matter. Like, so you kind of like, it doesn't matter who you are. You have to start from the bottom. Literally, you have to start from the bottom, and there's no way around it. Literally. So
I want to say it to all the kids that have been in this neighborhood. Your cousin Nikki, who's been here in the studio working quite a bit. You know, these things that you guys are working on are tickets to freedom that can give you a different way of looking at life or experiencing life. And
exactly.
I really like what you're doing. I like that you're out there. You know, I told, you know, I thought, you know, every kid should get a year of play, and I know you're working hard.
But it is mostly play though. Like it's weird to say that I even have this is my job, because it doesn't feel like a job. It just feels like what I'm meant to do, and like just expressing myself musically just feels so good. So, I mean, I just say like to all my friends that are even thinking about doing anything different, it's like, why not try? Like, you literally have nothing to lose. The only thing you have to lose is a boring job. Like, so it's like literally nothing to lose. So I say go for your dreams. Like, why not? You know, like literally the only one holding you back is yourself.
So, you know, usually I'm going to do some business. Everyone subscribe to the Fledge's YouTube channel. Every Damn Day airs every damn day at 2 p.m. The Fledge.com/events have all of these shows mapped out, at least the ones that are scheduled. And 99 Problems, but a pitch ain't one, like what you saw the intro for earlier in the show, is at 9 a.m. on Friday. And 10,000 Fledges is every Tuesday at 3 p.m. So I think that, you know, you are an entrepreneur, you are creative, you are innovative, you are doing the things that a lot of people, when they envision what an entrepreneur is, I think they envision, you know, playing all day and doing what you want or whatever. And I know it's a lot of hard work, but when you love it and you see that it's taking you to your dream.
Yeah. And it's just, I guess a big thing is literally like for producers, because like it's really easy to get discouraged like listening to other people's music, but like they all started like their stuff did not sound good at the beginning either, you know what I mean? So don't get discouraged. And like even me, like I still have days where like I literally like can't make anything, and like it sounds like shit, and like I hate what I made, and like I'll never do anything with it. But like you have to get those out, and you have to keep moving forward, or else you're not gonna like get anywhere. Like you have to learn from failure, you know what I mean? Like especially with like music, it's a lot of experience. Well, at least it's dubstep. It's a lot of experimenting, so you have to know that you're gonna run into some like dead ends, you know what I mean? And you got to say, shit, I just worked on this for like a whole day, but I have to delete it, you know, not delete it, but see ya.
So there's lots of ways to get your kids, to get your family, to get your friends to a successful life, and being happy and being creative is one of those ways. And thanks for coming on our show, Michael.
Yeah.
I love your story. I love
Thank
what
you.
you're doing. We're big fans of yours, and we hope you come back and play the Fledge someday
Thanks for
after
having me
you're
out.
super big. So, all right. I'll see you later, Michael.
See ya.
See ya.